Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk about everything from tech to films and all the fun stuff in between. And I hope all you guys are staying home and staying safe. I think few more weeks of isolation and I'm pretty sure we will get those coronavirus numbers down. So on with today's video, yeah. So time sure does fly. It's already been 6 months since I unboxed my iPhone 11 Pro Max and we already completed half-life cycle of this device. And probably this iPhone will be outdated in 6 more months. To be honest, we are at peak phone when it comes to technology and advancements, and manufacturers shouldn't really release a new phone every year unless there is a big breakthrough in tech and features. I mean, what does adding a 100 million pixel camera and 8K recording do to a phone? Tell me. It really looks good on paper, but probably will have zero value in real life usage. So, phone manufacturers should stop updating phones every year when there is nothing major to upgrade. 5G probably deserves an upgrade, but considering how long it took UK to adapt 4G, I'm pretty sure 5G is a bit off for now, especially considering what's going on outside. Coming back to my 11 Pro Max, let me sum up my experience with the phone. I'll talk about the good and the bad and give you my opinion whether you should buy one at this point when the phone is nearing its midlife as you get better discounts. So first, let's talk about the good. That A12 Bionic chip under the hood, it makes everything a breeze. This iPhone has more RAM than my larger iPad Air. The phone has got 4 gigs, whereas the iPad Air only has 3. And there is nothing which you throw at it this phone can't handle. And it will probably last a few years, especially looking at the way iOS is going. Apple is optimizing this perfectly so it uses less resources and is compatible with older iPhones as well. So based on that fact alone, the 11 Pro Max should definitely last a couple of years. Next is the battery life. I have always used iPhones since the first one which came out in 2007 and till date, hands down, this is the best battery in any iPhone I've used. I used to end up with about 40 to 50% battery with other iPhones by the end of a day, but with the 11 Pro Max, it's closer to 75%. You can get 2 days of battery even with moderate to heavy usage. And 6 months down the line, let's check the battery health. I've seen this for few YouTubers who showed this has gone down to 96%, but let's check mine, yeah? And here's the moment of truth. Mine still shows at 100%, as you can see. You know, with the inclusion of the fast charger in the box, I just plug this phone for about an hour each day and it charges it up to 100%. So less charge cycles are always beneficial for the longevity of your battery and hence your iPhone batteries will last longer. I really recommend this fast charger even for non-pro iPhone users to spend an extra £48 and get this one. You will be really pleased that you bought it. And if you have an Amazon Alexa device and this Alexa plug, you can just schedule the charge time. So even though you plug in your iPhone before you go to bed, it won't keep charging for the whole night, but you can just set it so that it turns off in an hour. Next are the cameras. See, there are cameras on the phone and then there is the camera on this iPhone. Until now, Google Pixel 3 was a champ with its single camera setup and Google's utterly brilliant software producing the best pictures ever. The iPhone cameras were decent, but we are not going to just settle for decent this time around. What Apple did with its triple camera setup and iOS is just plain brilliant. And to be honest, that is the sole reason I would state if you're looking for reasons to upgrade even though you have the iPhone XS. The pictures and videos are that good. This makes the 11 Pro Max complete and we can safely say that until the next breakthrough, which unfortunately is not 100 million pixel camera or 8K video as we have seen in so many sample shots, that we are at peak mobile phone camera development. The low light deep fusion mode, the stability with which This iPhone handles video recording and the ability to shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. This iPhone covers it all and is probably what you need considering the availability and popularity of 4K enabled devices at the moment. Sadly, 8K, we're not up there really, and you have to spend quite a lot extra to get a device which supports 8K video playback. Next is speaker quality. I have to say that this iPhone makes my iPad Air speakers look like they belong in last decade. The speakers and audio effects on this phone are so good, and it's loud enough that you do not need to connect external speakers as you hear everything crystal clear. I always watch videos at 70% and the volume is perfectly loud enough so you don't have to go all the way to 100. And the audio comes out from both the ends as this is a stereo speaker setup, which I solely miss on the iPad Air because iPad Air has just got bottom firing speakers. Such good audio performance on such a small device is really remarkable. Next is that build quality. I know that most of us always use cases to protect our iPhones. I mean, I've always used a case on my iPhone. I've never used it without the case. The current one which I'm rocking here is the Apple's silicone case in black color. But still that few moments where I take my iPhone out of the case and feel it in hand, it's almost like an exquisite piece of jewelry. Not too happy about that symmetrical camera lenses which don't show that much in this black color. I've talked about this in all my iPhone videos, guys. Sorry, I'm one of those guys who gets that mild trypophobia when I see those symmetrical circles. But apart from that, I mean, this black color doesn't show it so much, and the matte finish on the back really feels awesome. From top to bottom, sides, everywhere you look at, this is a really well-built phone. Next is the quality of that inbuilt mics. All my videos on my channel, apart from the very first ones, including this one, I have recorded by talking directly onto my iPhone. No accessories or additions attached. So you be the judge of it. Apple really paid so much attention to the microphones on this phone that it's just awesome. Next is the overall package. I mean, the phone out of this box has been buttery smooth, not a single laggy moment. Everything flows like gentle breeze. That combined with the amazing iOS 13, the phone does provide you that complete experience. iOS 13 really brought some amazing features like dark mode, swipe type keyboard, better camera controls, and photo editing features. And I can hardly wait for iOS 14 to see what else Apple brings to table here. So that sums up all my positive experiences with the iPhone. Now let's talk about a few bad points. There aren't that many, but I have to be fair and cover all grounds, right? So first one, the Pro name means you need to get pro-worthy features, but the only pro-worthy feature which you get here is the camera system. No USB Type-C port or inclusion of something like AirPods in the box, because you do pay quite a lot of money for this phone, in excess of £1,100 here in the UK. And some tiny extras included would have been a much better value for money. Even like increasing that base storage from 64 to 128 gigabytes would have been amazing. Apple has actually done this with the iPad Pros 2020, where the base storage has gone up to 128 gigabytes instead of 64. I wish they would have done with the 11 Pro series as well. But yes, one thing we can probably safely say is that the iPhone 12, 128 gigabytes is going to be the base one. Next, everyone complained about this, that notch. There's absolutely no change in it right since its conception with the iPhone 10 in 2017. It hasn't got smaller or better in any ways besides that front camera. So 3 years and counting, you have the same front on the iPhone. And especially when you put it against the Android competition, their screen displays seem much more futuristic with just a single hole punch or something. Granted that they don't have that same tech, but still, like a slightly smaller notch would have been a very refreshing change to the 11 series. Next, I have to talk about that bold camera symmetrical circles again. It's not that bad in this black color, and that's the reason why I bought this. but the lighter colors trigger more trypophobia. And if you're someone who gets weirded by that trypophobia, then probably the lighter colors show it much more. What they've done with the iPad Pros 2020 is really nice, as that whole back area housing the camera is like in a darker shade, so you don't see that symmetrical circles so boldly and clearly. Wish they adopt that same thing to iPhone 12 as well. And lastly, let me talk about a small issue. It's the weight. This is the heaviest iPhone I've ever used. I mean, even if I compare this to my last iPhone, which is the iPhone 10, I can feel the huge weight difference. And I had the iPhone 6 before this, and when I compare both of them, the iPhone 6 feels like I'm holding a phone case and not the actual phone. I know the bigger battery is adding to that weight, but still, this is the current heaviest phone in the market, even heavier than that insanely spec'd Galaxy S20 Ultra. So there you go. I really don't have any other issues with this phone. It's just been a pleasure, and use it every day for 6 months. And the way the battery is holding up, the way the iOS is responding, and the way everything is so buttery smooth without any issues or interruptions, I can happily recommend this phone to everyone. Just be wary of the cost and see if you can get better discounts, as this phone has completed its mid-life cycle. So that's it for this video, guys. Please do let me know your comments down below. Please hit a like button if you like the video. And please do subscribe, as your support means a lot to me and I can continue making fun and informative videos like this. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. Stay home and stay safe, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.